So here we go again. Tom Cruise is invincible, another Mission Impossible, more over-the-top action, and I love it! And with that, I'm welcome you to another episode of The Romance Room. My goal, as always, is to enhance your movie watching experience. So Mission Impossible 6, we got Christopher McQuarrie returning to direct this one. It's actually the first time a director comes back to do a second Mission Impossible. McQuarrie directed Rogue Nation a few years ago, which I thought was the best in the series thus far. He returns alongside, of course, Tom Cruise, one of the biggest stars in the world, reprising his role as IMF agent Ethan Hunt, ready to save the world once again. Now, I'm a huge fan of the series. With the exception of the second one, I've liked all of them. And what's really impressive about this series is that normally once you get into the third or fourth one, and whatever series it is, things tend to get a little bit stale, repetitive, and it kind of loses its luster. But for somehow this series has managed to keep things vibrant and energetic throughout, and has actually improved with every subsequent sequel, which I thought the last couple were the best in this series. So after finishing watching this one, I can comfortably say this is a worthy entry into the Mission Impossible franchise, which has been the most consistent and easily the best action franchise Hollywood has to offer going on right now. Now here we have Tom Cruise returning again alongside many favorites of Simon Pegg, Alec Baldwin returns, Ving Rhames is back, and of course Roberta Ferguson, who was a standout in Rogue Nation. Now this time around, they've been tasked to find this stolen plutonium, which is out in the black market. They have to get their hands on it and keep it off the hands of a known terrorist organization known as the Apostles, which actually sprung from the Syndicate, which of course we learned about in Rogue Nation. However, there is a little bit of a wrinkle this time around as we get Henry Cavill, who, of course, Superman himself, bearing that striking porn stash, which was much talked about as a result of all the reshoots of Justice League last year. He's playing a CIA agent, operative who's been tasked to chaperone Mr. Hunt to ensure he gets the job done, doesn't veer off course or go rogue, which you've seen him do several times in this series. And Cavill was a great addition to this movie. And they have a great adversarial relationship between him and Hunt, go back and forth, which I really enjoyed. And the story itself, the story was fine. It took a lot of twists and turns. Some things were a little bit too obvious. They kind of overplayed their hand a bit at times. But at the end of the day, it's not a major gripe, but you do see a lot of things coming. But in all, it's still a very entertaining story. It's a 2.5-hour movie, but it's well paced, and that's because of the action. It's basically, that's the most important part. This is why you pay money to go see this movie. It's for the spectacle of it all. And from that front, Christopher McQuarrie directs his action scenes perfectly. They're greatly shot, greatly choreographed, well planned out, great tension and excitement, particularly two standout scenes. One, the fight that takes place in the bathroom, which is teased in the trailers. And the third act, which I thought was really strong, this helicopter chase scene involving another one of those Tom Cruise's amazing stunts like no one else does in Hollywood these days. Those two things are worth the price of admission alone. And it just, again, it creates a sense of excitement. And this is your typical summer movie here, big, bodacious, exciting, great action, get some popcorn, stuff your face, and you go have a great time. This movie is a lot of fun. This is exactly what we want out of these movies. Now, at the end of the day, I don't think it's as good as Rogue Nation or even Ghost Protocol, but it's right there. It's actually probably my third favorite out of this series, and that says a lot. And it's really, at the end of the day, it's one I highly recommend you guys go watch. This is a great, as the summer ends here, really close to the ending of the summer, I can't find no better way to have the summer end, to have a movie like this so you guys can go out and enjoy, particularly if you're a fan of this series and Tom Cruise themselves. It's absolutely worth the price of admission. So Mission Impossible, you guys are going to check it out. Comment below, let me know what you guys thought. And of course, if you haven't done so already, subscribe below and feed money to go to the movies and talk about it afterwards. See you guys next time.